Well, different ages, different chore assignments. What skills does your child need to complete their chores?
Heather Weisbeck is here from Red Door Pediatric Therapy to help us break that all down. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So, I think we were just talking during the break about how, it's easy for parents to get lazy, and it's just so much easier sometimes to just do it yourself, but you're not doing your kids any favors when you do that.
Right, because this is a very important skill to learn, so when they're older, they can be independent with all these.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Heather.
No, just basically, in order to complete these chores and complete functional tasks that are higher, we need the skill of executive functioning. And basically, the executive functioning skill is the ability to sequence and initiate and problem solve all at the same time, and even self-regulate. So we're in order to complete these chores.
So I think a lot of times kids find reward within themselves when they're helping as well. So it's a way for them to feel better about themselves too.
Yep.
It's a lot more than just like putting the socks away.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I would assume that you'd have to be age appropriate with it, though. You're not going to have your 5-year-old cook dinner.
Right.
Although my mother-in-law says that her job was to peel the potatoes and get them started when she was 5, before her mother got home from work.
Yeah, in all ages, these all depend. You can always start earlier, but we want to have like a base, so to make sure they have these by a certain age, so they're not way below their peers or even their siblings if they were completing them at a certain age.
How young is too young to assign chores?
It kind of depends on every child. Some have their executive functioning skills younger or earlier than others. So if they know how to sequence and can figure out how to problem solve a task, they could be doing dishes at age 4. Yeah. Some might take till they're age 8 till they can kind of know.
And maybe does it depend on how well they're able to pay attention, focus?
Yes, definitely.
That sort of thing?
Yep. Those all skills affect them too.
So an average 5 to 6-year-old, what can we expect from a child that age?
So for what we go by, and like I said, these can vary and you can always go before, but 5 to 6, we kind of start telling the parents, have them pick up their toys by themselves, start setting and helping clearing the table at dinner. And then as you get older, 7, you can start preparing cold snacks. So like prepare some vegetables or fruit from the fridge, or get some chips out of the cupboard. And then as you start getting older, you can start putting away your own laundry.
Okay.
So maybe mom or dad does the laundry, but you ask your 8-year-old, okay, now put it in your drawers and put this in this.
Yeah, just starts the simple task of just organizing and putting those away.
I would just would have settled for my 8-year-old picking them up off the floor and putting them in the basket.
Right.
All right, so it always sounds, I always admire parents who can get their kids to do all these things and it all goes really well, and I would think that starting at age 5 is probably the key there. Huh?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, you don't want to start at 12.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So when they're 10, they can do chores that are a little bit more complex.
Yes, they can start, helping with the dishwasher, loading and unloading, and putting them away. And then as you get older, you can start doing the heavier chores like the vacuuming or the mopping the floor, which are, the more complex as you get older. And then as 11 and 12, start folding and now putting your own laundry away. And like I said, some parents, you can always do this way before, depending on your child's executive functioning skills.
Okay, but do you offer incentives to get them to do it?
You might have to. It depends on the child's behavior. You might have to, get motivators or do some different visuals of like, hey, we got to get these done, and then you can have your snack before bed, or you can watch TV or whatever your motivator is.
Okay. Let's pretend that Saturday is vacuuming day, and that's your assignment. Is it better to have a scheduled, at 9:30 on Saturdays is when we vacuum, or is it better to say tonight after school vacuum? You know what I mean? Is it better to have a set time?
I would say so, or just have, we got to get our chores done before we can have fun or before we get to play. It depends on your child. After school, you notice they're just beat from school and they have their homework. You don't want to mess with their homework or school stuff. So if you can plan those things for the weekend so they have a little more time and more energy.
How about group chores? You'll always have one child who wants to get the task done and move on, and you've got the dawdler.
Who's kind of messing around a little bit. Yeah, so you can kind of just give them appropriate skills or appropriate chores. So it's not too hard, so then they're just going to goof off and not want to complete it.
Okay. One more quick question. We're down to about 30 seconds. When can they start doing laundry from beginning to end?
You know, it depends, but we kind of have it age 14, 15 that they should be doing it by, but you can always do before. So.
Sure.
Okay, well, it's good to teach them these skills because eventually they're going to need them, and they're not going to
Yeah.
appreciate it if
Yep.
they get, you know, to their own home and they can't do anything.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Now,
you.
tell people where to find you.
We're at Red Door Pediatric Therapy. We're located in Bismarck and in Minot.
All right. Thanks for being here.
Yes, thanks.
Thanks so much.
We're going to close things out when we come back.